country has bound Cornelius Vanderbilt that unites the country. And with complete confidence and ruthlessness, then
that steel is the future.
And thanks to now reach the sky, to one of the worst disasters in American history, empire begins to fray. Point.
Striking! Raise your hands!
And when Frick decides to take it back by force, an attempt is made on his life. Andrew Carnegie is forced to rethink everything.
Save your soul.
Carnegie's back is against the wall. His thing is on the verge of collapse. Henry Frick survives the attempt on his life. Only 3 days after being shot, Andrew Carnegie. It's a reminder that his chairman
bullet in the head. I deserve to be number one.
Deteriorates.
If he had been around, it would have been different. That there wouldn't have been this bloodshed.
Outraged that Carnegie has hung him out to dry. But the biggest challenge to Carnegie's empire, jpMorgan buying out failing companies and returning them,
dominated financing in the country.
The broken railroad industry, making them profitable.
This is what's going to happen. There's going to be an end to this war.
He excelled at taking...
Andrew Carnegie fears he might become Morgan's next target.
Of managers met yesterday. Of their agreement with you. Surrender your interest in the company. You will, of course, receive full...
jpMorgan continues to target failing companies. Cornelius Morgan is the founder of one of the world's first modern
investment finance as the industry that was going to
way to do business. The Morgan way.
Him to bear.
But it feels like to hold $1 million. Now,
ship with his father continues.
I bought a few paintings, Father, not a whole gallery. I'll try not to forget.
Always taught him to avoid taking big risks, but build them from the ground up. Thomas Edison has been a renowned innovator before going on to invent the stock ticker and the phonograph. At 31, Edison is on the verge of his greatest innovation.
in a way that no one had thought of to use it before.
So this is where genius resides.
That heat tiny filaments in the bulbs that, like magic, make them...
Electric light. jpMorgan sees the potential in the revolutionary new chance to create his own legacy. One that will change the world. Oil. But a new technology is... And jpMorgan sees it as something has lived in the long shadow of his legendary father. He hires Edison to install electric lighting in his home. He turns into a laboratory for Thomas Edison's famous... He then runs 4,000 feet of wiring through the walls and ceilings of the manufactured. Knowing the demonstration will put him at the...
There's no gas, no oil, no flame. Just a
private residence in the world to be lit with electricity.
This is the stuff of carnivals and fairs and human play.
Is a success. John D. Rockefeller. Electric light has the potential to replace kerosene as of his home lighting display. Morgan believes that
someone around to soundproof it.
This is the future. What competition do you have, Edison?
Nothing worthy of note.
Light all the homes in New York City.
I'd need a network of power stations.
across the country. And jpMorgan is determined to bring it to the world. But partnered with Thomas Edison, Morgan gives Edison what amounts to $83 million today. Funding Edison is a huge risk for Morgan. Transforming a building, Edison's workers labor day and night. Station to hundreds of homes and businesses throughout.
Never worked so long and so hard.
Era dawns. The city lights up for the.
Edison had a big.
Yes, is bad news for the most powerful man in the country. Empire is at risk. The targeted PR campaign against electricity. He warns of mass electrocutions. And
I am not a good enemy.
Competitor emerges.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Creating unimagined advances. Thomas Edison to form one of the first electric companies. One of the rules he's learned.
How much competition do you have?
His apprentice, Nikola Tesla.
What is it?
I was wondering.
But Edison believes that higher voltage.
Bright young men who work for him, and the fact that he's.
Good luck finding an investor.
Now free to pursue his own ideas, is one in inventor turned businessman George Westinghouse may have lit up New York. But Westinghouse and Tesla the successful demonstrations
giant and
an unfamiliar position.
Lately patented by Mr. Tesla, which will see that the electrical industry has two competing systems, right?